Okay, this is one of our latest builds that we just finished up. This is a 2000 and I think it's an 17 or an 18. Can't remember. I'll verify later when we get up close to the VIN number. But we just took this car in and broke it all apart, and we shot the whole thing in two-tone. So we did, if you look real carefully, you see the entire upper part of the car is all done in matte black, and the entire lower part of the car is all done in gunmetal metallic gray. This is a Ford Raptor color, and you can look real closely here. You can see the metallic in the paint. It's just beautiful. Super pretty color. Goes really well with black. Obviously did our black optics LED headlights like we do in all of our GEM cars. We did 17-inch gloss black DRW wheels with 205/40/17 tires. Did our EV Designs overhead roof rack in matte black, and also did overhead LED light bar just to really light up the road at night if you really wanted to. These lights here are so bright as it is, you don't even really need it, but we just did it to just kind of give it a little extra flair. New mirrors, obviously all of our cars get that. This GEM was a little different. Normally we leave the over shoulder seat belts in the newer GEMs because typically they're just perfectly fine the way they come, but this particular one, it had a little sun fade on the belts, so we had to just remove them, and then we put our EV Designs kind of style low profile seat belts all the way around, so all the seat rows have brand new seat belts on it. We also did our in-between seat base trays. So if you look on normal GEM cars, this is just wide open right here. You put your cell phone or a drink or something, it just falls right through the bottom, which is a silly idea, but we make these in-between seat base trays, do them on all three rows, you can see. This one has our Bluetooth 4-speaker sound system that we installed. So Sony Bluetooth sound system. Got the front 6.5s, and then the rear 6x9s that are kind of hidden up here behind the back seat, facing forward. We did our 4-panel wide interior rear view mirror, and then obviously I already mentioned those mirrors there. This one has the open utility bed in the back, and you can kind of see that it's a little discolored. Our detailer sprayed like Armor All or some sort of a chemical on it, and it kind of made it discolor. So I will take this off and have it powder coated in black or Line-X'd in black, one or the other, so that'll be like brand new when it actually gets delivered. We smoked the rear tail light lenses. Obviously we do that on all of our cars. This one also has the LED light, license plate light up there. We added our additional LED strip lights up here. I like to do this on just about every car. Tinted third brake light as well, and you can actually see it on this car. With the factory trunks, they're so tall you can't see them, the rear brake light, but on this one you can see everything. So the lower, the upper third brake light, and then the two pillar lights up there that illuminate with the signals. We added an additional USB charge port over here on the side. So it has the dual 2.1 charge port on the side. This light here, well, let me just back up for a second. We added a separate 12-volt auxiliary battery, which is hidden up in the dash, and that auxiliary battery powers the overhead light bar, it powers the sound system, and it powers the multicolored LED lights throughout the car. And that has a separate charger, like a battery tender style charger, that is tied together to the factory charge port. So up in the front, when you plug the car in to charge, the car charges as well as that separate system that does the auxiliary system. We've been doing it that way for years. Just it's a really efficient and good way to do it. But the nice thing about that is you don't have to have the car on. You just flick the switch and you got your power up there, and then you can flick this switch here for your LED lights throughout the car. Everything is just kind of operating on its own switch. I've pretty much always done it that way. Then this switch here activates the power to the stereo. So I don't want to turn it on right now because it'll turn off my Bluetooth. I'm trying to think. The seats, yeah, that's a very important thing. Just did the seats, and if you notice here, this is our super popular two-tone black. So this is black carbon fiber with smooth black diamond centers. So if you look real carefully, to the naked eye, people just look like, oh, it's just black with some gray stripes. It's actually not that. It's very intricately done by our upholstery guy. So black carbon fiber on the main majority of the seat, smooth black in the center diamonds with black thread between the diamonds, and then this is called dual layer piping. So sometimes we do single layer piping where it's just the inner. Sometimes we do single where it's just the outer, and then sometimes we do dual layer where it is on the inner and the outer. Just kind of depends. Sometimes we do it, just depends on our mood that day, really. Trying to think what else. This one has the upgraded larger motor. So this one, the motor in this one is the larger 6.5 kilowatt. And I'm trying to think what else. It's dialed in. I mean, this thing drives absolutely amazing. Oh, this is what I was trying to tell everybody. Very, very important, people. So this car, the ignition is disabled on this car. And this was done by the previous owner, and it's actually a really cool feature. So this has a digital touchpad. So the only way you can turn this car on is with the keypad. So even if you put the key in here and turn it on, it won't do anything at all. So you have to know the code in order to start the car. This one here, you just basically do the code. That's it. And then that activates power to the car. And it's ready to go. So pretty cool. It doesn't get cooler than that. That's cool, like if you're at the beach or you're at your kid's soccer game or something along those lines. You're like, damn it, I left the keys at the house. You don't have to worry about it. You just put in your little passcode, turn the car on, and you're good to go. You can obviously change that passcode as well, so it doesn't have to be the one that I just showed on camera. You can change it to whatever you want, of course. But this is a beautiful car. It's coming up on summertime here in another month or two, and this is the perfect beach cruiser. Take your whole family, and then I will show you also how these upper rear pillar lights work, which I'm a big fan of that. It's just added safety. I think it's just something that every car should have personally. But when you notice down there when the lower blinker illuminates, the upper one does as well. Same thing on the right side. And just add safety in the rear, I think. Those lower lights are kind of low. If somebody's in a big SUV or something, they kind of have a hard time seeing that. The other thing is on the newer body style gems like this, they have daytime running lights, which when you turn the ignition on, those lights are just automatically on. I intentionally bypass that feature because personally, I don't think you should have to have your lights on if you don't want them on. Like, what if you're sitting in a parking lot and you don't want to bother somebody, you don't have to turn the ignition off with that digital keypad, you just turn the light switch off. So you have the functionality and ability to do that. So if you want to turn the lights on, you just reach up and twist them. This has the high beams and low beams. And I will tell you, with the high beams on, you can kind of get an idea for how bright these are. With this overhead light bar on, I mean, it's kind of like a baseball stadium. I mean, if this was dark out right now, you'd see that whole entire field out there. Super, super bright. Trying to think what else. I'm probably forgetting a bunch of stuff like I always do in these videos, but just kind of as an overall, we just went through this entire car, everything on it, all custom paint, new wheels, new tires, new upholstery, brand new gel batteries. We can obviously upgrade it to lithium if somebody wants to do that. And of course I would offer a trade up credit. So let's say you said, hey, I want the car, but I want to upgrade to lithium. I would give you a credit for the current batteries that are in it and just up the up price to whatever the lithium would be. That's only fair because then I could use those on another car. So full sound system, multicolored LED lights. I might as well show everybody how that works as well. So you go to your LED light switch, you turn that on, you grab the remote, and then this one, you don't have to point this remote like at a specific spot. It pretty much just picks it up by Bluetooth. So wherever you want to point, it just kind of picks it up. It has a real powerful Bluetooth system. This has like the multi-dancing mode. There's all sorts of different modes that you could do on here. This one is trailing mode. So pretty cool. Fully loaded, clean title, Arizona title. Nothing whatsoever wrong with it. It's ready to roll. Go back to blue. I just think blue looks the best. I always put them on blue pretty much, unless the car's like red or something, and then I'll go to red. But I just think blue looks really cool on these, so I always kind of keep them in blue. But that's it. It's our Gen 3 Gunmetal Gray E6.